On top of operating its low Earth orbit satellite constellation and holding licensed Band 53 and N53 spectrum, Globalstar has been busy building out its ground infrastructure and expanding its third-generation C3 satellite system, leading to the installation of 3 new 6-meter C3 tracking antennas at its Yeoju, South Korea ground station, a key hub for mobile satellite services in East Asia. These new antennas enhance service quality and provide redundancy for critical network elements, supporting next-generation mobile satellite services, including IoT and device-to-device D2D solutions. The expansion in South Korea is part of a broader effort to deploy up to 90 new tracking antennas worldwide across 15 locations in 9 countries, with similar infrastructure projects underway in Alaska, Estonia, and Singapore. In addition to ground infrastructure development, Globalstar has launched new products like the RM200M two-way satellite IoT module. This module, which has received global certification, enables low-cost, low-power satellite connectivity that integrates both satellite and cellular connectivity in one device. It targets industries such as logistics, agriculture, and environmental monitoring, with customers already using the module for asset tracking and operational monitoring in remote regions. Globalstar is also enhancing its private wireless and drone connectivity capabilities, having completed a technology trial with Skydio. This trial tested the compatibility of Skydio's X-10 drones with Globalstar's licensed Band N53 spectrum and its XCOM RAN private 5G platform, demonstrating reliable performance for public safety applications, including high-bandwidth video streaming in challenging environments. Financially, Globalstar had a strong year in 2025, posting record revenue of $273 million, up 9% from the previous year. Service revenue rose by 8%, while equipment sales surged by 24%. Adjusted EBITDA for 2025 reached a record $136.1 million, a 50% margin, reflecting the efficiency of its operations. Despite these strong results, it posted a net loss of $7.6 million, an improvement from a $63.2 million loss in 2024. In Q4 2025, Globalstar exceeded revenue expectations with $72 million in total revenue, driven by a 17% increase in service revenue and a 31% rise in equipment sales. It also reported a net loss of $10.6 million for Q4, though this was a major improvement from the previous year. 2026 revenue projections range between $280 million and $305 million, and an adjusted EBITDA margin of approximately 50%. CEO Paul Jacobs emphasized that the continued rollout of its C3 satellite system and its two-way IoT capabilities would be key drivers of growth, particularly in the IoT and 5G sectors. However, challenges still arise from higher operating expenses and the ongoing development of IoT customer solutions. Despite this, management remains confident in achieving positive earnings by Q4 2026. One major reason Globalstar still has a bright reputation despite posting financial losses is its close partnership with Apple, which has invested approximately $1.52 billion in its infrastructure over the past several years and holds a 20% stake in the company. Globalstar allocates around 85% of its network capacity to support Apple's direct-to-device satellite services, which enable iPhone users to send emergency texts and share location data when outside cellular coverage. The strong relationship with Apple and its position in the satellite communications sector has led to chatter about a potential buyout of Globalstar by companies like SpaceX. Though nothing concrete has been confirmed, it is a convenient coincidence SpaceX incorporated support for the same spectrum used by Apple for its satellite services, introducing additional competitive dynamics in the direct-to-device market, as well as occasional volatility in Globalstar's stock price, which you can view with TradingView, your trusted tool to track and scan the markets. Try it for free, link in the description and pinned comment.